Hello and welcome back to Football Manager for the last time this season. And as you can see, we've finally hit the end of season review. Now, this is the first time, obviously I've seen it for this playthrough. I have seen this new season review screen with my beta save, however it's meant to be pronounced when you're English. I can't remember. I was told one thing in science and then told a different thing the year later in science, so I don't know. But yes, the end of season review 2020-2021 for Halifax Town. So for new arrivals, players that I brought in: Miller, Hobbs, Roberts, Magoma, Magloire. Well, actually, Magloire was being brought in as I joined. Tomlinson, Jones, Cameron, Bakayoko, Alex Henderson, Aaron Lemars, Sam McClellan. So a fair few players, I must say, have been brought in. Surprisingly, Jack Hobbs is actually a disappointed signing, but hey ho. Players out, two of them. Neil Dans went because he was no longer good enough, and Sam Johnson left because he was cheap enough to get rid of. I wouldn't need him anymore. Best player by far is George Miller. I'm not going to deny that fact. 16 goals in effectively 27 games, 23 starts. That is a brilliant scoring record for a striker. And if he'd have been here since the start of the season, we probably would have been challenging for the title. Probably. Apparently Matt Jones was the star player. I would say otherwise, but he did well enough to do what needed to be done. So, yeah, fair enough. Season results. So, top goal scorer for the competition was George Miller. That makes sense. We finished top half where we were supposed to, and we did very well. As you can see, at the start of the season, before I joined Kings Lynn here, at the Kings Lynn game here, we'd suffered 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 defeats and 4 draws. So 12 games in, 4 points. That's atrocious form. And if you look here, one defeat in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. One defeat in 21 games. That's how we finished this season off. FA Cup, I didn't do this, so no point looking at it. FA Trophy, we should have done a lot better. According to this, we only reached the second round, but according to this, we're not in the fourth round. I don't know, to be honest with you, but yeah. I don't know. Moments to remember, of course, biggest win at 4-1. That was obviously a brilliant day. It was quite near the end of the season, actually. It was one of the last few games. Miller scored a hat-trick before Ruben Reid scored his first goal in 10 games to send Sutton with a very poor loss. Dover lost 3-1 to us in a match to remember, apparently, with Ruben Reid scoring 2 goals, Allen scoring 1. Goal of the season was apparently scored by Magoma in the 9th minute of this game. So let's have a quick look at Magoma's goal. Of course, this used to be a lot easier before the new screen was brought in. You just click on the show goal thing and it would take you to it, but clearly they wanted to do something different this season, or this game I should say. I mean, it's not that much of a problem to click onto something and then click on something else, but yeah, it works. So Guevara pulls the ball into the middle for Magoma, turns around, shoots on the spot, and yeah, you can't lie, very well worked shot there. Very nice effort, and deservedly goal of the season, I think. Now looking at finances, yeah, I will say this immediately. Finances were not great for this season. Only 316 shirts sold, of which the majority went from Guevara, Earring, Tomlinson, Hobbs or Summerfield. Surprising Miller's not on there. Well, that is a big surprise to me that Miller isn't on there, but yeah. So this is how we lined up the majority of the season. We had Matt Jones in goal, Tyler Magloire at right back, Tom Bradbury in centre back with Jack Hobbs, Zumana Bakayoko at left back with Jack Earring and Luke Summerfield in the midfield, In the attacking midfield position, we've got Odi Alpha on the right, Guevara on the left, and Paris Magoma in the middle, with George Miller up front. Not bad. Obviously, no accolades this season. I did win Manager of the Month twice, which, fair enough, I think. That does make sense. These records are taken with a pinch of salt because I think these are the records that no matter what happens, you always break them in the first season, so very little to worry about there. Fans player of the season was Tom Bradbury. Oh, that's fair enough, I think. Young player of the season, George Miller. Fair enough. Signing of the season, Matt Jones. Again, I would say Miller, but I don't think loans count as signing of the season, so fair enough. Goal of the season, Paris Magoma. I've already looked at that, obviously. Top goal scorer, George Miller. 16 goals, no question, very good. Most assists, 5, Paris Magoma. Probably could have done a lot better, but given the fact that he also joined very late into the season, that's fair enough. Most player of the match awards, 5. So averaging player of the match award once every 5 games, more or less. Very good, of course. Highest average rating is 7.2, very nice. Obviously, didn't win any competitions, of course. And yeah, we definitely did very well, I must say. So this is pointless me looking through all this, obviously, because I'm not going to be here. Who was that? Martin Smith. No idea. No idea. Okay. Discuss plans for next season. I'm just going to say that probably playoffs, to be fair. Okay, fair enough. Top half finish. Fair enough. Let's go with that then. I'm going to say positive, and we'll just say that once we return from holidays, we'll do some promises then, because I'm not going to be here. Simple as that, really. End of season break, come back on the 21st of June. I think my contract, no, wrong one. My contract runs down on the 30th of June, so I will be here to see them back from the end of season break, but post that, I won't be here. So, yeah, of course it's very, what's the word I'm looking for? Apparently we've been given some money, but barely any, and arguably worthless, in my opinion, to what needed to be given for the club to actually consistently have a strong side for next season. But given the fact that these signings I've made would probably be the majority of the first team for a few seasons at least, shouldn't be much of a worry. So, yeah. So until the last day of my career at Halifax, I bid thee adieu. Goodbye.